what's up, you guys? I thought I would switch it up today. So here on Perfume Vegas, we're going to talk about scented candles. Yeah. Oh boy. Welcome back to Perfume Vegas. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly Golightly. I am always here to be your hostess with the mostest crap in her closet. And today we're talking about a big box of that crap that I can't even get it on to the screen. Can I show you down? It's down here. See this? It's not Crown. No, nay. It is my Bath & Body Works candle collection. So I thought I'd show you my Bath & Body Works candle collection just for kicks and giggles. I don't know if it's interesting to anybody, but I always like these type of videos. So I'm going to try to make it not really take that long, even though it's already taken forever. My eyeshadow is like a starry night sky. That was my goal. Anyway, let's just get into it. So two of the candles that I have are not in here. I have one out in the living area. It's Jasmine Waters. It's burning out there, which is fine. It's a beautiful scent, but it's way too strong for a smaller room. And then I also have an evergreen that is in with my Christmas stuff because I have a fake tree. So I burn the evergreen candle by like not in the tree but alongside the tree, so you get kind of the feeling. The rest of my candles are in this box. Just FYI, so you can kind of understand the size of the box, it held 6 1.7 liter bottles of Crown Royale. At one point it was for a liquor store, and now it holds my Bath & Body Works candles. I was going to say something. I actually have not bought any candles in a while. I did kind of make a commitment to burn the ones that I have already, to go through those, because I was ending up with quite a bit of duplicates. There's not a huge range of scents that I enjoy in a home candle fragrance, and so I was ending up with quite a bit of duplicates. So I haven't purchased any candles since I believe it was the Candle Day of Bath & Body Works last December, and I think on that day I only purchased one or two, maybe two, but like one, not very many. So yeah, I don't know when these are from. Like, I'm not really sure when these were released versus the order I have them. I do try to kind of store them with my least favorite on top, the ones I want to burn the soonest on top, and then the ones I'm kind of hoarding in case they don't re-release them on the bottom. And then I also try to keep like gourmandy, foodie scents together and like fresh scents together and floral scents together. But last time I was hunting for a candle, it got really mixed up. So now that it has been 3.5 minutes and I haven't even started, let's dive in. I'm just going to go straight into this. We'll take out this Starbucks mug, which is in there because I don't need it right now. Just dive in with some fall candles, it looks like. This is Sweater Weather. It's already been halfway burned, but it's not sweater weather anymore, so this has been set aside. We also have Hey Honey, a honey scent. This one is a honeyed pear fragrance, and that's why I like it. I don't like honey fragrances, but I do like that honeyed pear scent. Here is Peppermint Marshmallow, one of my favorite holiday fragrances that they don't release very often. Or it seems like they don't. Maybe it just sells out really fast. But it's not even really pepperminty. It's just really sweet and delicious. Moving on, I have one of the summer scents that I picked up a year ago, I think. A year ago summer. This is Bath & Body Works Suntan. This is probably my favorite summer scent that they re-release. My favorite summer scent of theirs of all time was Seascape, and they have not re-released that fragrance, so this one's really good. Very good for giving that beachy vibe. I don't like really tropical-y scents, like pina colada type of scents. Here is the evergreen candle that I burn with my tree. I didn't think it was in this box, but it is. There's that. And this one is a really nice one for burning just in your general, if you have a foyer or some sort of welcoming area for guests. This is rose water and ivy. It's a nice kind of fresh rose, but it's definitely not super strong, so a guest wouldn't be overwhelmed, or anyone for that matter. This is one of my favorite of the gourmand scents I have. It's praline pecan cobbler. It smells just like it. I love the praline note in that. Bath & Body Works does really good home fragrances. I'm not so much into their body products. I just don't use that type of stuff very often. But their home fragrances, I think they really knock it out of the park. I have multiples of this particular fragrance. This is Cafe Bouquet Paris. This is a little bit different than the other two that I have. This one has a little bit of a more floral note. The other ones are straight up like cafe, chocolate, croissant, coffee scent. I also have a cannoli and chocolate Italy. This is from a different... Nope, that's from the same release. Super chocolatey and a little bit salty. I really like that. Paris Lavender Macaron. This is another one that they hadn't re-released for a while until I think last spring, and so I had been hoarding these, but now that they had re-released the scent, I started kind of letting go. London Tea and Lemon, another great fresh scent. They've had this fragrance available in multiple versions throughout like years and years. I worked for Bath & Body Works for like a year in it was for a year, I think, in 2012 to 2013, and a lot of fragrances that were released then were re-releases of previous fragrances, and then a lot of the new fragrances that were released during that time have been re-released in other versions since then. So this tea and lemon scent is a really good one for just having somewhere that you want a fresh fragrance, because the tea keeps it from being like just straight lemon, bright, citrusy. It's a little bit musky, but it's still really pretty. Here's another one of the Paris Lavender Macaron. This is Pomelo and Pine. This is actually from the White Barn branding line. So good. This one smells like Christmas, although it was released as a fall scent. It smells legit like a Christmas tree. It's like citrusy, spicy, white pomelo, juicy mandarin balsam, and cinnamon bark. So like citrusy, spicy fir tree scent. I don't know why that's not a Christmas scent, but I hope they do bring it back eventually. I haven't seen it since I got that one, but it is really good. Then I have Winter Rose. This was re-released, I think, last holiday, although mine is from a couple of years ago. I really like this. This is a really nice rose fragrance if you want a strong rose. It has soft rose petal, pink peppercorn, white cedarwood, and luxe sandalwood, as opposed to the rose water and ivy, which is a very light, fresh rose. This is a real creamy, true kind of rose scent, and I think that if you are a fan of rose, this probably would be your better bet if they re-release it or release something similar. It says winter rose, but there's nothing in here except for maybe the cedar wood that would make it like fixed to the winter period. So keep an eye out if you want a deeper rose scent for something with those type of notes. I haven't burned it because I don't love rose, to be honest. I'm not even sure why I bothered getting it. I'm going to give you a tip about the candles. I'm going to find one that's really good, that really shows what I'm talking about. Here we go. So this is Leaves, another fall candle. This is re-released every year, very popular. So I want you to see on the candle, if you can, right here you can. Do you see that line of demarcation right there? That was where the actual candle wax was poured to when they poured this candle. And through The changing temperatures, the fluctuation of temperatures during travel, it gets hotter and colder and hotter and colder. The wax expands and contracts and eventually ends up, this one is like almost half an inch below its original pour line. When you're in Bath & Body Works and you want to get a candle that burns evenly and you get the most bang for your buck, look for a fragrance that is not very far away from its original line of demarcation. This one melted in my car, so that really doesn't count. But let me find another one. Here we go. This is a good example. So this is another fall scent, Berry Pumpkin Strudel. Smells great. This particular one you can see has had, again, that ebb and flow. That's my own fault. That happened on my time, not on the store's shipping time. But if you can see the clean difference between where its original line was, it means that there hadn't been a lot of expanding and contracting during travel. So you want to look for that. Look for candles that are filled to a good space, usually about half an inch, no, like a quarter of an inch, no, like 3/4 of an inch, maybe like, yeah, like 3/4 look for something that's filled like 3/4 of an inch below the lip of the candle, and look for something where all of its wicks are both equal distance from the edge to the wick beside it. Most of the time, if you can eyeball it and it looks fine, it's going to be fine. But sometimes if you open it up and you eyeball it and it looks like really off, then it's going to be really off. This one is not as bad as some I've seen, but you can see it here. Do you notice how close this wick is here versus how far away these are to this edge? So it is going to have a harder time melting over here. So that's a bit of just Bath & Body Works candle assistance for you. Moving on. So we did Berry Pumpkin Strudel and Leaves. And then I have New Year's Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses. And this is in the fragrance Merry Mistletoe, which is one of my favorite holiday scents. I like it because it's green, but it's not super, super pine needly. And it does have a nice holiday feel without feeling like Christmas. So you can start burning it like in fall, November. Another Gourmand, Bourbon Sea Salt and Caramel. This one is so strong. This one is so strong in the jar that I'm terrified to burn it, to be fair. I'm afraid it's going to be really strong and I won't be able to handle it. It's just barrel-aged bourbon, soft caramel, and coarse sea salt. But it smells a little overwhelming. I much prefer my praline pecan one. What is that? Southern pecan, no, praline pecan cobbler. Then we have the ubiquitous hot cocoa and cream. This one's become a real hit in recent years. I see people getting these by like the dozens sometimes. And to be fair, it's nice. It's not the best of their cocoa scents that have ever been released. But the cream note keeps it from being kind of nauseating. Sometimes a sort of synthetic cocoa note can be quite nauseating. On that one, luckily, it is not. Frozen Lake is one of my favorite candles from Bath & Body Works. This is a fall candle. But it doesn't have to be burned during the fall. It's much... it is okay, I think, for year-round, especially if you live somewhere where you have actual seasons. Here in Las Vegas, I don't burn candles for the most part during the summer, just because it's already so hot inside. So I usually wouldn't have one burning regardless. But Frozen Lake is lavender, cypress, eucalyptus, lavender, cypress, and eucalyptus, and juniper berry. I'll tell you what, this smells like a man's deodorant, and it's amazing. It smells like a handsome man's deodorant. I don't know why I'm so attracted to that, but I really like it. I have Pumpkin Carving. This is a scent that was released one year in a gift package. It was released in a single wick candle in a gift package, I believe, and then it was never re-released again. And so it was then later released. Well, you can tell by the days. Even if you didn't want to go into the batch codes, you could tell by the price. This was when they were $22.50. So this was like at least 4 years ago, I think. It was finally re-released in a full 3-wick size. And I grabbed one. I'm sad I only got one. I wouldn't burn this because it's like my favorite. It's not too like pumpkin-y, but it's nice and spicy. It says, initiate everyone over to enjoy, initiate. What's happening at my house? Invite everyone over to enjoy the fun fragrance of making jack-o'-lanterns in a blend of pumpkin, glittering brown sugar, and nutmeg spice. It's really, really sweet and spicy, and I like it a lot. The other one in here is from, a really old travel collection. So every year around this time of year in the spring or summer, early spring to mid-spring, Bath & Body Works releases their like adventures collection. So there's always going to be like Paris, London, Tokyo, different fragrances for different places. One year they did Istanbul Sparkling Amber. It didn't come with this lid. I actually took this lid off of a different candle. It just smells like amber perfume. It's very perfumey. This particular scent smells like a perfume. It's Sparkling Amber Velvet Peach and Lush Frangipani. It's really pretty. It's a pretty perfume scent. Definitely would be appropriate to burn in a boudoir, except I feel like the front of it is like, well, the front of it's pretty. The picture's pretty, but the color of it's hideous. I wish it was blue instead of yellow. Whatever. Next, we have Paris Cafe. I told you I have way more of these. This particular scent, listen, I really don't like to buy a whole bunch of these Paris scented ones, but for some reason, they're always the ones that smell the best. So this one melted again. I was moving, so I had the box in my car and a bunch of them melted. It smells like coffee and baguette. Yeah, it's literally like rich roasted coffee, sugared brioche, and vanilla cream. It's just sweet, a little bit of pastry and coffee. I love it. It's so good. White Sands, another of the summer scents. To be fair, like I said, I don't burn candles in the summer very often, so I don't have a lot. This one's good because it's kind of a fresh ocean fragrance. It's sparkling grapefruit, coconut milk, and summer jasmine. I stay away from heavy scents in the summer, which is why Jasmine Waters had to be out in the living room. Another fragrance that I loved for summer for so long was the Summer Boardwalk fragrance from Bath & Body Works, but they actually changed it. They reformulated it, and now the caramel note is too artificial. I can't stand it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Black Tea Rose. Why I have all of these rose fragrances, I'm assuming on the hope that I will eventually enjoy a rose fragrance. Ooh, this one's good. This one's spicy and rosy. This smells like a perfume too. English tea leaves, fragrant rose petals, and aromatic cedar. This does smell like a perfume. I bet that there is a really luxe perfume that smells quite a bit like that somewhere. I don't know what it is. I don't have a lot of rose perfumes, so I don't know, but I would bet there was. Spiced pomegranate cider, another fall fragrance. I'm not sure why I have this, to be honest. I don't really like pomegranate. Ruby red pomegranate, sweet apple cider, muddled blackberry, and star anise. It must be the anise. Yeah. Doesn't actually really smell like anything but just spices. It's okay. I don't know. I'd have to burn this and see how it smelled on burning before I could say whether it was good or bad. I loved these jars that they did for a while with the marbled tops. I have 3 candles, or I had 3 candles with these. One I've burned down, and I just used this as a coaster. I wish I'd gotten a 4th one so I could have a set. This is another version of Evergreen. Evergreen is my favorite holiday fragrance because it smells like a Christmas tree. Fresh balsam is nice, but it's a little bit too woody. It doesn't really have that indoor Christmas tree vibe, so I prefer Evergreen. Pumpkin Woods, woodland spruce, cedar, clove buds, and smoky vanilla. Ooh, yeah, that does smell like some smoky vanilla woods. I think that was the name of one of their body products at one point, right? I don't think so. Champagne Toast. This is a ubiquitous one. It comes out every year around the end of the holidays, New Year's, and Christmas. It's extremely popular, or at least they push it enough to make you think it is. It's glittering champagne, wild berries, and tangerine zest. I actually like it quite a bit. It doesn't smell like much in the jar, but it has a beautiful throw, and once it's burning, it's quite sparkling, and it's really fresh. I do like it. Another cocoa and cream. Hot cocoa and cream. Yes, this one was $22.50. This one was $24.50. This is clearly the older release. As probably could have guessed by the picture. This one's a little bit more cocoa-y from the jar. So they may have reformulated even between years. Bath & Body Works does that all the time. Decadent Milk Chocolate, Fresh Steamed Mint, and Mini Marshmallows versus Notes of Milk Chocolate, Steamed Milk, and Nutmeg. So this sounds like it's a little sweeter, a little creamier. Call it the same, but they call it the same, but they change the notes, or they keep the notes the same and change the name. It's like you're tricked all the time. It's so annoying. And then my one and only single wick. This is in Holiday Sparkle. As you see, I have burned it, but single wicks are a pain in my hiney to burn. This smells really good, though. I quite like this. Actually, when I purchased this, I was trying to find it in a 3-wick, and I was informed that it had only been released in the single wick fragrance format, so I was stuck. But it has bright sparkling water, sugared citrus, wintertime jasmine, and creamy sandalwood. Now, riddle me this. Riddle me this. People, how does jasmine differ in scent from the winter to the summer? I would like to know. If you know, answer me please in the comments below. You'll be solving a great mystery for me. Otherwise, if you are interested in hearing how any particular one of these fragrances performs or smells when it's burning, let me know. I'll light it up for you. But otherwise, that's it. That's my Bath & Body Works candle collection. It used to be gigantic, and then it got smaller. So congratulations me. Good job not hoarding, and I hope I will see you on the next I always do that. I hope I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.